Well, Lee, back in the team today, and lots and lots of possession for you down the left-hand side as well. So that must have been something that Darryl spoke about before the game.
Yeah, he spoke about it. He knows the link me and Monkey have down the left, and we work brilliant together. So if any opportunity, we try and play. So it worked nice in the first half.
You appeared to overload the left-hand side a lot today.
Yeah, it weren't one of the game plans we were playing on, but it just happened like that. Sometimes in games you get them opportunities, and today we had that opportunity to play, and we did.
Obviously pleased for you to be back in the side. I spoke to Phil Kite on New Year's Day, and he said you had a chance for today. So at what point did you think that you would play?
Well, Kite weren't too sure just before the game, but I was itching to play. When you're sitting in the stands, it's tough for any player. I ain't really used to it. I ain't really had a long-term injury really, so I wasn't used to watching the boys, and when they're winning you're just so itching to get back in. So I took the sort of decision out of Kitey's hands in a way, which luckily I come through the game unscathed, and we go on.
You say about, in a sense, watching the game, wanting to get back in the side. Are you conscious at that point that if the side keeps winning you might get back in?
Of course, yeah. You look at Danny Ledbetter and Tom Locke, they won 3 on the bounce, you know. Of course I'm sitting there thinking I ain't going to get back in the side, and there's no due right for me to walk straight back in the side, and the manager wouldn't do that anyway, you know. So yeah, of course I've had to work even harder to get back in the side, and luckily today I've come in and we've won 2-0.
So 4 wins and a draw over this holiday period. If you go back as far as the Gateshead game, what's Darryl said after today in terms of how he thinks you've done over the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, he's really happy, same as all the boys, you know. If you went into the Christmas period and said we'd take 13 points out of 15, we would have snapped someone's hand off. So yeah, we've had a very good Christmas. Credit to the boys, you know, especially today after all them games, and showed that amount of energy towards the end there. It was credit, and I'm shouting tempo, but I didn't really realise that none of them had no power in their legs, where I've been off for a couple of weeks. So, but yeah, they've done very well.
And it sets up the finale to the season very nicely now. You've got this little breather which may almost help you, I suppose, when you come back to play Woking in a fortnight.
Yeah, we don't want to get carried away, do you know what I mean? We're in a good position at the minute. Nothing's won in Jan. We've seen many teams in this position. It's how we come back and kick-start it again, you know. You've got to put it to bed now and kick on again after our little 2-week break, but we can't get too carried away. Like, we can't get too disappointed if we lose, you know. But let's just keep it level-headed at the minute and keep ticking the games off. And
by the time you go to Kingfield on the 17th, you might have 1 or 2 new faces in just to reinforce things a bit and help you.
Yeah, I think the manager will bring a couple of faces in. You always strengthen when you're doing well, you know, and if you don't, you'll be kicking yourself. So yeah, I'm expecting a couple of faces in, and we'll just wait and see.
And as you say, you've come out of today with no reaction, so that's good news for you too on the injury front.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm delighted that I've come through it. You obviously have your doubts in the back of your head coming back from a little injury. Is it gonna be all right? But luckily, as soon as the game got started, I got the doubts out of my head, and luckily I come through it all right.